One day, during a time of drought, over 400 years ago, Jadig, an Aeta chieftain, was resting from an unsuccessful hunt when he heard a woman's voice calling, Jadig, Jadig, take me home with you. He came around and found a woman's image atop a large rock. It was a beautiful lady, carved in a shining wood. When he gave the wooden image to his wife, she threw it into the fire to show her disappointment in his not bringing food for their children. The fire flared and the kitchen wall caught fire. Then the whole house burned down. But the wooden image of the lady was not even scorched. Jadig announced the miracle to his little tribe, and henceforth they venerated the beautiful lady. In 1607, the Recollects arrived in Zambales. Shortly after their arrival, they heard stories of the miraculous lady of the Aetas. Thinking this to be part of their anito worship, the priest wanted to see the miraculous lady. Upon seeing the image, the Recollects missionaries were amazed. "This is unbelievable," cried the young friar. "It's our Blessed Mother. How can she be here ahead of us?" The older priest said, "She must have paved the way for our coming." The priest then transferred the image to the church where she stayed until the Philippine Revolution, when the rebels executed the parish priest, Father Julian Jimenez, then took the image to their newly established church, the Philippine Independent Church. In 1976, a Columban priest, Reverend Father Patrick Dagam, ordered a replica of Ina Poón Bató from the famous sculptor of religious images, Maximo Vicente. In 1981, listening to an inner prompting, Mother Therese Vicente borrowed the image and brought it to Mrs. Rosalyn E. Magsaysay for her to promote her devotion. The late Bishop Henry Byrne gave this mission his approval. Since then, Ina Poón Bató has visited nearly all dioceses in the Philippines, has been to different states in USA, Monsignor Josefino Ramirez, and has also visited some European countries, communist, and also countries in Asia. In Rome, the image accompanied by Bishop Aniceto was blessed by Pope John Paul II. One of the most moving images during the 1991 eruption of Mount Pinatubo were pictures of Ina buried in the mudflow in the grotto in Botolan, Zambales. At the same time, Pope John Paul II received a statue of Ina and led a prayer for the eruption's victims. International seers and healers have also become devotees of Ina. Senior Philip Marie Burl, an international healer and co-author of the You Will Receive Power program, travels with a stampita of Ina in her Bible. Irish seer Christina Gallagher requested for a statue of Ina, which she received when she visited the Philippines in 1992. It is said wherever Ina visits, she leaves behind blessings and miracles, from instant cures to financial help. Ina Poón Bató continues her mission of bringing help and hope to those who visits in hospitals, churches, offices, and private homes. She strengthens the faith of those she leaves behind and brings them closer to her Son. The Ina Poón Bató Chapel in Botolan, Zambales is a newer, more modern church housing the 1976 replica of a miraculous image of the Blessed Virgin Mary, said to be the oldest image of the Blessed Virgin Mary in Asia. While the Ina Poón Bató, fondly called Apo Apang or Little Queen by her devotees, is the patron saint of the province of Zambales. Her devotees come from all over not just the country but the globe. The facade of the church is also rendered entirely in mosaic, the work of artist Elizabeth Chan. Inside the main altar has three niches, where visitors will find Ina Poón Bató flanked by statues of Saint Augustine and Santa Monica, mother of Saint Augustine. Devotion to the Ina Poón Bató has over the years expanded, from just locals of Zambales to all over the country and even abroad. Many miracles have been reported through her intercession. One of the main reasons pilgrims flock to the shrine, especially during her feast day every January 24th. But beyond its physical beauty, Inapong Bato holds a deeper spiritual connection for the people of Botolan and beyond. This site is a pilgrimage destination, drawing devotees seeking solace and blessings from the revered Virgin Mary. The name Ina Poong Bato itself translates to Mother of the Sacred Stone, a testament to the symbiotic relationship between nature and spirituality. Throughout the year, pilgrims make their way to Ina Poong Bato, especially during significant religious events. The annual feast day draws devotees who embark on spiritual journey, often bearing offering of flowers, candles, and heartfelt prayers. The site becomes a canvas of devotion, with a palpable sense of unity among those who share in the experience. For the adventurous souls, Inapong Bato offers more than just a spiritual encounter. Hiking trails wind through the surrounding landscape, revealing hidden waterfalls, serene pools, and breathtaking viewpoints. It's an opportunity to forge a connection with nature and immerse oneself in the grandeur of creation. And so, my dear viewers, as you reflect on the tale of Ina Poong Bato here in Botolan, Zambales, you may be inspired by the intertwining threads of spirituality and nature. In the heart of this enchanting landscape, the divine and the earthly converge, inviting all who venture here to find solace, wonder, and a profound sense of belonging. Join me for the prayer of peace. Heavenly Mother of Poon Bato, you promised peace if the sinful world turns into your immaculate penance. We turn to you in spirit of penance and filial confidence. Merciful Heart, obtain for us peace. Send a just and lasting peace to the world. Make justice and righteousness triumph over all godless forces, over hatred, tyranny, and sin. Mercifully protect our family, our Holy Mother Church, our Holy Father, cardinals, bishops, and priests. Guard our homes, churches, and our country. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pity mankind in its misery, sufferings, and helplessness. Prove to all nations the wonderful love of your immaculate and maternal heart. Lead them to your divine Son, to his peace and endless joy. Amen. Can faith also tame Pinatubo? Botolan Zambales, if faith can move mountains, can it also tame Pinatubo? The natives of this town hope so as they clutch their rosary beads along with their relief goods. on their way to the miraculous Virgin of Ina Poón Bató. Already the blonde, blue-eyed terracotta image has become indigenized into Apo Apang, from its original Hispanic title as the Nuestra Señora de la Paz. Hundreds of devotees flock daily to the municipal building where the image has been enshrined after it was moved out of the Aglipayan Church in Poong Bato, less than 20 kilometers from the Pinatubo. The faithful ask for nothing short of a miracle from the placid-faced Virgin, trusting that her serene smile could appease the angry volcano. Hinihiling namin kay Apo Apang na sana pahintuin na niya ang Pinatubo, say Laura Sionello, 41 of Barangay Batonlaco. After ash and rocks buried their towns, Zambaleños have started storming the heavens for relief. Apo Apang is a miraculous and can easily stop Pinatubo's fury, Sionello says confidently. Unscathed. Stories abound in this town of how Apo Apang's statue has remained unscathed, despite the efforts by the Japanese to burn in 1941. Several miracles later, her devotees have increased 100-fold. Zambales residents also talk proudly of this original na Birheng Poon Bato, pointing to a Catholic version also said to be miraculous, the Ina Poón Bató. The Ina Poón Bató was donated by Rosaline Magsaysay, wife of a former governor, Zambales Governor Vicente Magsaysay, on January 22, 1984. A shrine was built near the foot of Bastak Bridge in Poong Bato because numerous people saw the Virgin Mary appear there. Ernesto Dayo vividly recalls that on September 11, 1983, he saw the Virgin in dazzling white at the spot. Dayo now guards the guest house near the shrine. Apo Apang, the story goes, is keen on promises and woe to those who break them. 10 Manila press photographers, including Inquirer lensman Boy Cabrido, learned of the first hand when they narrowly escaped Pinatubo's pyroclastic flow on June 15. The group, it turned out, had promised but failed to visit the Apo Apang shrine the day before. Safe from Pinatubo. While Poong Bato is now a deserted place, sealed off by military from residents trying to return home, Ina Poón Bató has remained safe from Pinatubo's mud flows, even if her shrine is within the danger zone. Cabrido said that when they last saw the Virgin on Thursday, they marveled at how even the mud flows seemed to differ and pay homage to her. Cabrido pointed out that up to 2 feet of mud had encroached on the riverbank, but surprisingly, stopped a few meters from her foothold. Had the mud flow persisted, half of the Virgin's body could have been submerged by mud, Cabrito said. And here's another miraculous account by the Apo Apang on September 9, 2001 by the Philippine Daily Inquirer. Botolan folk thank Virgin Mary for saving town again, the headline. Botolan, Zambales, devotees here believe that the Blessed Mother saved this town from the flash floods and lahar avalanches as expected from the breaching Thursday of Mount Pinatubo, Crater Lake. To give thanks for the miracle, devotees of her oldest image in the Philippines, the Ina Poón Bató, or Our Lady of Sacred Rocks, flocked to the Loob Bunga resettlement site all day yesterday. They venerated not only the original but also its 2 replicas. In the Aglipayan church, where the original image is preserved, they kissed and touched it, and wiped it with towels and handkerchiefs, in the hope of gaining blessings or relief from their afflictions. And in the Roman Catholic chapel, where a replica which is now fixed on the bank of a rock, Stone River, the Catholic chapel. Resident Betty Dumlao and policemen from Camp Olivas, Pampanga, plucked these replicas out of the lahar that buried Barangay Poon Bato during the 1991 eruptions of Pinatubo, which are considered among the most violent in the 20th century. Its hands are locked in prayer, unlike the original image that, according to Aglipayan lay worker Tede Evangelista, the Aetas secured during their flight weeks before the 1991 eruptions. The original, with its palms spread, stands less than 3 feet shorter than its modern replicas by 2 feet. And here's another miracle by Manila Bulletin, dated April 15, 1992. There seems to be no end to the miraculous happenings at the Gonzales home in Las Piñas. This time, it is not only the Santo Niño image that is shedding oil, but also the images of Mother Mary, Ina Poón Bató, and Saint Joseph on both sides of the infant Jesus. We made another visit to the place last weekend and saw for ourselves the simultaneous oil perspiration of the images of the Holy Family. The oil made their faces shiny, but it was not of enough quantity to drip into the bottle placed at the base of the Santo Niño or soak the cotton gauze at the foot of Mother Mary and Saint Joseph. However, we were still able to get some of the oil, which, according to those who have received it, has been able to bring relief and perhaps cure to ailments considered as beyond the curative ability of medical science. Our feedback is to the effect that a great number of those who have applied the oil have reported improvements in their condition. In fact, the husband of a co-employee was said to have been cured of his allergy because of the oil. And an elder Mrs. Gonzales told us that her son, paralyzed for 10 years, by a blow to the head and confined to the wheelchair, is now able to stand on his own power. Earlier, he has been able to move his petrified arms and speak much more coherently. Mrs. Gonzales also showed us the progress in the construction of the shrine for the Santo Niño beside the house and expresses the hope that it will be completed soon, so that the people can come and pray before the miraculous image. From the looks of it, the shrine would be finished before the end of the month. Testimony of Miraculous Cure by Attorney Alfredo Rosete, dated April 1982. Our son Miko, who was born on April 26, 1982, via cesarean operation, suffered from a collapsed lung. He was scheduled for surgery to drain the lung fluids and hopefully to activate the collapsed lung. We prayed very hard. It was Mrs. Roselyn Magsaysay who brought Our Lady of Ina Poón Bató to the hospital. She was shown to all the patients, and we prayed fervently to her and asked her for the health and recovery of our son. Our prayers were promptly answered as our son progressively attained normal respiration. X-ray showed that the collapsed lung was already functioning normally, as if nothing had happened. The doctors considered the recovery a miracle as the baby did not experience anticipated complications. We thanked Our Lady of Ina Poón Bató for our baby's cure. That's from Attorney Alfredo Rosete from April 1982. And here's a powerful prayer for a special request to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. O most pure heart of Mary, full of goodness, show your love towards us. Let the flame of your heart, O Mary, descend on all people. We love you so immensely. Impress on our hearts true love so that we may long for you. O Mary, gentle and humble of heart, remember us when we sin. You know that all people sin. Grant that through your most pure and motherly heart we may be healed from every spiritual sickness. Grant that we may always experience the goodness of your motherly heart, and that through the flame of your heart we may be converted. Amen. And so, dear listeners and viewers, as you reflect on the tale of Ina Poón Bató in Botolan, Zambales, may you be inspired by the intertwining threads of spirituality and nature and the stories of miracle by the Ina Poón Bató. Thank you for listening and have a blessed day.